are forever. I wonder if anyone's home here at this place. Perhaps we should knock on the door. Well, I guess no one's coming to the door. Oh, seems they're home after all.
Hello, welcome to our house. How's that for fancy? Hi everyone, I'm Melissa.
I'm Bear.
And welcome to our Floridian villa. Our house is about 1,200 square feet. Most of the houses in our community either have the same exact floor plan or the floor plan that's almost the same exact, but with the lanai as an outdoor porch. Thankfully, the previous owners had ours turned into livable space.
Which means the air conditioning is in there.
Yes, and all four walls.
Yes, all four
And
walls.
not screens. So we're gonna take you around and we will start in our living room, which is the room when you first come in.
And this particular building, like all of the buildings here, like she said, does have the same floor plans, but every building has 4 separate units in it. So ours is one of 4 separate units in this building.
And even though our walls are attached in the back, all of the front spaces, you can't see your immediate neighbors. So that's really nice. It goes a long way in making it feel more like a home in a community rather than just like a row house of condos.
Yes, which is nothing wrong if you live in a row house of condos. It's great. This particular one just doesn't happen to be that.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure some of you heard me talk before about the 70-inch TV that I left in Pennsylvania that, as my girl already said, we sold everything. That was one of the things, and that was one of the things that I seem to have missed the most. I'm not sure why. It seems kind of lame, actually. But so when we had the opportunity to get a pretty good deal on a larger TV, we got a 75-inch TV, and it's mounted on a mount that can come out. It can go this way, it can go all over the place. In fact, the TV will actually go up this way if you wanted it to, but we're not going to do that. I'm just going to put it back in here.
And we found that on eBay.
Yes, that is a QLED or an OLED?
It's a QLED.
This is a QLED. In the master bedroom, there is an OLED, just a mere 55-inch in there. So you can see why we needed a bigger TV.
Talk to us about this gorgeous piece of furniture.
This is our favorite piece of furniture because it's mid-century modern, which we love, and we purchased this at a yard sale, house sale, when we were renting on Anna Maria Island. We purchased this for $30. A slight bit of negotiation skills were needed there on my part, so we purchased this, and the only thing that was really wrong with it was one of these were broken, and so we needed to make space. So I went to Home Depot, purchased a dowel rod, a wooden dowel rod, and I made one to fit in there, and I'll give you like 5 seconds if you can guess which one it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's this one down here. I made this one, and these go inside there, and I need to take them. So we love it.
We love it, and it stores a ton of stuff.
Yes.
Talk to us about what's underneath.
Oh, underneath. Also, one of our favorite items is, this is like the grand reveal. This is Bob, our remote sweeper. Oh, look, he's going already. But we put him under there so we can't see him, and because you've heard us say many times about how we love our Dyson, we don't use Bob all that much, except in the master where he can go under the California King bed. Next up, small little closet here that we store various items. The probably most important, I say, would be the rags. So we have all rags that we can use for cleaning. And there's a top shelf up there that has various items in. I don't know how much you can get of that, but
It's okay. This is also where we store our extra eBay hangers.
And the Gibson guitar case. The Gibson's hanging on the wall, which I've referenced before. My most prized musical possession.
And our file cabinet, which Bear found on the side of the road. Open it up for us.
Oh, I didn't remember I found that.
The top two shelves have toner, and then the bottom is on wheels. This is our closed-in lanai, and we have used it for many things. Bear used to lift weights in here, and now he's at a gym. And it is my eBay space. So this is our lanai. Like we said, the previous owners closed it in, which was awesome for us. Bear has used it as a weightlifting room, and now that he's at a gym, we use it for eBay storage. So all of these bins are my listed inventory. We have a closet over here which holds everything from tools to packaging supplies, 2 chairs and a table over here which will swing you in a little bit, and my board which I pull out for flat lays. So this room is really nice. Like we said, it does have an air conditioning unit in it, so it doesn't get really hot during the Florida summers. And then this is the other side of the room. The blinds were here. These are sliding glass doors, but we never use them because it's such a hassle to get in and out. So the blinds were here when we moved, which was really nice. And then we just put up curtains. But here's our table, steamer, and some extra YouTube lighting, as well as my mannequin who's wearing a wreath a subscriber gave me. Thank you. So that's the lanai. Come back out to the living room. So here I am in the corner of our living room, our living space. This was the room we just came out of, and normally we put the curtains across just like that, so you can't see what's going on in there. This is the board we dreamt of while Bear was sick this past October. My mom said it looks much bigger in person, and I think she's right. It is 4-foot by 8-foot pegboard, which we painted white. Bear built this frame around it, which he said was really tough. And then we just decorated it in our various shades of aqua, gray, wood, and white. We love those colors, and you'll see that as we go around the house. It's just my husband and myself in this house. We don't have any pets, nor do we have children. So we're both very clean, organized people and have time to keep it clean and organized. So as you'll look around our house, it might be a little less cluttery than other homes. And I don't say that with mean intentions. It's just, we don't like a whole bunch of stuff, except on this one board. This is the Ikea Kivik, and we purchased 3 pieces, this one, and this one, from Craigslist for $400. And we have a new edition, which was delivered straight from Ikea for $39, the delivery was, so we can make it more symmetrical. When we got this delivered, we realized that our end tables wouldn't be symmetrical anymore. So Bear, I'm gonna say built, and he's gonna shake his head no, but he basically made a table and lamp. But one of our favorite pieces in this room, other than our wooden hutch, what are we calling that? Our wooden English server?
English server.
English server, was this. We found this for $10 and painted it white. It was white, but I painted it. We used Bear semi-gloss for every white surface, so we can touch up white at any point in time. And I love it. It came out perfect. It's very mod in my head. Okay, flip it around.
We knew that we needed a table, and we had this particular table already. I simply cut the legs off the bottom and took the leaves off the side and sanded it all off and refinished it. Then we wanted a really cool lamp, and we couldn't come up with anything inspired looking, so I came up with the idea to use the pieces of leg that I cut off, and I used those as a base for this, and then we glued them together, then put a light fixture here, and then purchased this particular Edison type light. Now we have a fun lamp that is hooked into our smartphones, and obviously we can just ask to turn it on or off. And we think it's kind of cool.
It's very cool. So again, this is where you came in. We have the living room, we have the lanai, and we have the master. Now we have our little entryway. I always thought this came from Florida, but Bear said no. We purchased one, we drove it up north while we lived there, we exchanged it, and then drove this one back down. We love it because it has some crackled glass, and this came from Home Goods, and it was over $100, which is probably one of the more pricier items in our house. This mail slot area with the key hanging thing, let's call it that, was here when we got here. And did we just paint it white?
No, it was already white.
It was already white. So we have our pool key, our mail key, our car keys, all the keys.
I added 2 hooks.
Oh, you added the hooks.
2. It had 2. I
How
added 2.
clever. So clever, so handy. So that is this half of our house. Now we're going to take you to the other half. And we're going to start with the office. Most people use this room as a dining room, but we needed office space. So Bear found these file cabinet bottoms on Craigslist, and on the other side is also Craigslist. I think he paid $20 each for these, and then $30 or $40 for this. And then this is a door, which was painted in our famous Bear semi-gloss white. And this is the chair we recently purchased. We upgraded our chair because we are here a lot. Mostly I'm here a lot. Bear is a musician, as you know. He goes into retirement communities and he performs and sings, and his voice is gorgeous. So what's in here is his music. So he has it all alphabetized. He has a different set list every month at least, and then some different songs depending on which community. He goes to independent retirement communities all the way down to lockdown nursing home dementia units. This printer came with us from Pennsylvania, and this was a splurge on our behalf, but all of the money went to a great charity. And I think that's everything. Do you have anything to say? Okay, the other side.
Okay, this would be the kitchen. This is the end of our dining room. And you see we have a bar here that we can sit at and eat, which we really don't do too much. But we also there were cabinets down to about here. So what we determined was we would rather have this more open, and we could do without that little bit of storage. So we took the cabinets out, we raised this up to match this. So now you have this nice open shot in through to the kitchen. So let's go in the kitchen. All right, as we continue on in the kitchen, when we bought the house, it was all yellow, so we changed the color to light blue. The appliances were black, so we wanted white appliances, so we switched the appliances out. But here, they had a vent fan, over the stove fan. And they took it out, and then they put the microwave in, but they didn't raise it. So instead of having just a small fan vent, you had a microwave that was down here, and you couldn't, well, I couldn't hardly see it all. So what I did is I cut this out, and I raised this up. Perhaps a bit overkill, I don't know.
No, it's perfect.
Because it is pretty high now. But, we raised it all up, and so now you can see the stove much better. It just gives it a better, more spacious look. Should I go to the, and next, this ceiling was all this height. So we raised this up just a little bit and put in panels that are sky panels. Can you see those?
You keep going, I'll overlay some actual footage.
They're sky panels, and do we need to turn on or not?
Yeah, you can turn them on.
So if we turn it on, you can see that it lights up and it looks like sky, and it also gives the room a little bit more open feeling. And where the sun is here, I mounted a bulb right there so the sun looks like it's shining. All right, we also repainted all of the cabinets as they were a cream color sort of, so we painted everything with our Bear semi-gloss white. And we also replaced the knobs because there were different pull knobs on, so we got these fun glass pull knobs that all throughout the house, any place there's a a door, we probably have a glass pull mop on. This particular refrigerator, the one that was in there, again, it was a black one, so we wanted to change it to a white one, which we didn't know was going to be nearly as much trouble as we thought. It turns out that this particular space is sort of an odd size, so we took measurements and we knew exactly what would fit. So again, as we were looking for used ones, that's sometimes hard to come by, but we did find this one at a local shop that has all kinds of furniture and refrigerators and stuff, and it fit perfectly in this space.
We took out the dishwasher, and I know some people are probably like, what? But we did. We took out the dishwasher and replaced it with just a garbage can that served our needs better. We did upgrade our faucet.
Thanks to your brother.
And that was thanks to my brother. That was one of our Christmas gifts. I think it was just an Amazon gift card that we purchased this. So that's the other part. It's a very small kitchen, but it serves all of our needs perfectly.
So we are here in the washroom, and fortunately the previous owners had just purchased brand new washer and dryer, which is still working very well. We had a slight hitch with the timer going bad, but we replaced it with a new timer. And we've said it many times, and I'm telling you, Dyson, if you are out there, we will be more than happy to talk for you. We will promote you. You can send us any type of free stuff that you would like to send us, Dyson, because we love our Dyson, and that is not a joke. So it is just hangs here. You take it up like this, pull it out, put it down. I'm not going to do it because it's too noisy, but it's great not to have a cord, and it's amazing how much more we clean that it's just something you can grab and go with and not have to plug it in, and also the attachments are here for it. So it's a wonderful thing. This did make it from Pennsylvania. These are all my tools and various accoutrements I need to do any projects or things that may need done, so I'm very glad that we brought this down. Inside here is our air conditioning unit, which we did have to replace, but we knew that when we purchased the house. We knew it was around 19 years old at the time and it was going to go. So we actually negotiated a couple $1,000s off of the asking price because of that. Thank you for the people that previously owned it. That was very nice. And in fact, their son is one of our neighbors that still lives here. Awesome guy too. And the other side would be the hot water tank. We of course painted these. Those were all cream colored. And there's the hot water tank. And my little silliness comes in when these inserts here were plastic and I painted them and then they chip off, so we splurged and got these stainless steel little rounds to open and close the doors.
I thought you were going to show off your ladder.
Oh, we also have the...
That was from that charity place too.
This is from the charity. This is one of those world's greatest ladders, which you can open up and make it, it folds like this and it'll be taller, but it also, you can pull it up. The only reason we need this ladder currently is so we can get up in the attic for anything that we might need.
Show us what's in front of the door.
In front of the door, we have our recycle bin.
That needs flipped around. There you go.
In front of the door, we have our cleverly labeled recycle bin. You see, we even have a few things in there currently.
Ooh, real life.
Real, yeah, we're keeping it real here. And we also had two different types of. We also needed a rack to put a few things on, so we had this rack, and
this came from the bins.
Yes, we didn't have. There's little plastic inserts that hold these tight, and we didn't have all of those, so I drilled holes in any one that we didn't have the plastic inserts for and just put a screw in, and now you can just move this wherever you want.
Works well. We've got our water there and our hamper, and then on this back,
you wouldn't know it, but we had a short break there because our 7-year-old neighbor was ringing the doorbell, knocking on the door, wanting in, because after school he comes over and sees what's shaking over it. So we had to tell him we're currently busy. But I also put up a pegboard here because, you know, you have various items that need hung and it just give it more of a neat appearance. This is an additional ladder that I was hoping when we purchased I wouldn't need the other ladder, but it turns out that's not the case. But still, I can use this if I need to get up there for just emptying out for a few things that close to the edge, and use the ladder for that. And again, we're back to our glass poles, and these have various, these are cabinetries for our supplies and things such as that.
Good. This is our second bathroom, and I would call this my bathroom because my husband and I sleep in separate bedrooms. There's a myriad of reasons why. Was that the right?
Yes, very good use of the word myriad. Yes, I like
okay,
it.
now I'm going to start it over. This is my bathroom, which is our second bathroom. My husband and I stay in different bedrooms. There's a ton of reasons why, but this is my bathroom. So I have the full tub. We did replace basically everything else besides the tile in the tub. I have a pedestal sink, a new toilet.
That was in there. The new toilets we didn't replace. The toilets were here when we came.
Oh,
Both of
okay.
them.
So we replaced most things in the bathroom with the exception of the tub and tile and the toilet, my husband just said. So we replaced the sink to make a pedestal sink, and this is absolutely my favorite part of the bathroom. I've always wanted a pedestal sink. And then my mom and sister gifted us this dolphin faucet. There's some storage here, and we added the storage up here. The light came from a house that was being bulldozed. It was a 1960s house. We made friends with the owner, Greg, as we were renting very close to where his house was. Now his house is ginormous, and we were so lucky to get whatever we wanted. He just opened up his house to us before the bulldozers came and said, take whatever you want. So this is one of the pieces, and this is another piece. But sprinkled throughout our house are some of the products Greg gave us. You want to see the back of the door? Okay, so the back of the door, I wrote a Bible verse, and then I painted it with a mermaid and mermaid scale. I did this when I was quite sick when we first moved in, and Bear was having all of the fun in my mind, and I wasn't able to do too much. So when I was able to get out of bed, I would just freehand a few scales here and there, and this took months.
I'm just sitting here, I got time, it's clear to see.
This table Bear found for $10. It has the original receipt in it, and it was $240 at an antique shop, but he paid just $10, and he paid $10 for each the front and the footboard. So we have $30 from the same person. You met them in the Walmart parking lot, and they were lovely, but I love this piece. It holds so many fun little things, including my sewing, my little bits and bobs. Bear has a California King, and I have a twin extra large, and both of our beds are perfect for what we need them for. I needed something that was going to absorb my curves and my weight and feel like a cloud, and this was the very softest bed we could find. Underneath the bed, I keep 3 rolling totes, and they have some extra eBay supplies in them.
What happens when I lay on that bed?
Bear folds in half. He calls it the hammock bed. His weight just is one of these. But when I lay on my side, oh, it's just heaven. I've loved my bed so much. Okay, we'll flip over to the other side of the room. And then down in this corner is a table we found by the side of the road, and I painted. So I chalk painted and then put a salt glaze on top. So it looks like something you might have pulled out of the ocean. A really good ocean. And right now he lives in the corner When we have guests, he lives in the guest room. And when I go to bed or lay in bed for the day, he lives by my bedside. We have some nice sliding glass doors which lead out onto our front porch patio area. I had Bear mount the curtains a little bit higher than the window to give some height. These fish, when I got into this room, I did so many different things with it. The ceiling was aqua, but then it came out to mint green, so Bear replaced it and we repainted. This wall had, and I could put photos, a giant piece of artwork I created. And then ultimately, we just went with the fish. We found these at the Goodwill bins, and I'm sure they were less than $1 for all 5 pieces.
I'm gonna pan and show.
Go ahead and pan.
All right, here we go. This fish swimming across my girl's room.
I love them.
Okay.
Plus they match the wood of the mirror perfectly. And this last piece you see is a dresser that was given to us by a friend's friend. And we took some Home Depot tiles that were under $2 a piece, and we made a top for them. So it looks a little bit like fake driftwood. I liked that. And that's where I keep most of my clothing. And my closet. I didn't stage this for this, so if I had my way, it'd be perfectly spaced out, but you get it. I have aqua hangers, I have all my Birkenstocks, and I have some boots up here. I have a lot of my therapy equipment up high, and my one purse. Yes, that's right, I only have one purse, so that way nothing is being left behind. And most of my clothing has a theme. Can we tell what that theme is? It is aqua. We have all of the aqua. I also wear white, black, gray, and olive green. But most of the closet is blue. And Bear made these, you installed these, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have these in your room, and
It's a track system.
we love it. So that is our house. Bear's pointing. Oh, we didn't want to forget this. The 1960s house that was being bulldozed had this amazing map. Bear found the frame for $1. He found the mat and the frame for $1 at a yard sale, and it was perfect. But the map was in the garage of the house that was going to be demoed, and like I said, we had free reign. We could take out all the kitchen cabinets, which Bear did, and we sold them for $500. We took out lighting, we took out shower doors, we took out anything we could use or sell, basically, because the house was ours for days before the bulldozers came, and we had full permission to take anything, which was so exciting. And the map was one of those things, and I checked with the owner because I felt like the map belonged to the house. Even though the house was being bulldozed, I really wanted the map to stay on that premises in the new house, and the owner was having none of it. So I asked a couple times, and then I ran with it because I love it so much. It's from the 1950s. It is slightly bigger than the mat is allowing, but basically this is where we live. I put a blue vinyl star here, and this is where we would vacation for years and years. We would drive 18 hours or fly in and stay on Anna Maria. This little island called School Key is now Key Royale, and that's where we were able to rent a house for the 6 months. And now we live somewhere in this area of Bradenton. And I love everything about this map. I love the folds, I love the smiling sunshine, I love that it was free and the story behind it, and I love that Bear found a map for $1.
And that is an actual map. That's not just a fake.
No,
It's
it's
an
an actual map from the 50s of the area. And I'm sure it was in that house originally because that house was from the 50s, 60s.
Point to St. Petersburg. A lot of people know where St.
St.
Petersburg.
Petersburg is here.
Yeah.
This is the Sunshine Skyway, the Sunshine Bridge. Clearwater is up here. Tampa is up here. this is nothing. I mean, so much of the area has changed since the 50s, so it's so funny. They only have one street to get over, one bridge to get over to the island, and now there's 3. So just little changes like that, but it makes me feel like I knew the area before we started vacationing here. And I guess one of the last things is a fairly new addition. I'll link this Etsy seller below in the description. My mom has one, my friend Franca, who has an island home. My mom has one. I gifted one to my friend Franca, who I get to see once or twice a year. She lives in the Netherlands, and we found her through home exchange, and now my family gets to rent her home. And I have the 3rd one. So it's the exact replica of the Anna Maria sign. So even the O in homes is slightly off in the real sign, and then they reproduced it and made it slightly off. So I love that piece. It costs like $20, and normally we don't really buy things, as you can see from seeing around our house. Like, we got things at a yard sale or found them on the side of the road or Bear made them, but I loved this so much. Okay, and can I show, I have a little dolphin down there. So around the house, there's little hidden objects. I have over 35 blue hearts, and we have a dolphin and some blue stars hidden in our home. And that way, if we ever sell the house, we don't have plans to now, but the value is increasing because of the zoning laws. You can't build up here. So our house, thankfully, is increasing, and if we ever get to the point where we want to downsize even further, hopefully we've made a good investment and the new owner can find all of those fun little hearts and stars and dolphins. Okay, you want to walk us out?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks so much for visiting. Hi everyone, welcome to our house. This is the master. Bear usually sleeps in this room by himself, and yes, my wonderful husband of almost 17 years and I sleep separately. We've been doing it since the beginning. It works best for us. Come on in. So this is where my mom is going to sleep, and basically any guest, we flip this room into the room you now see. So starting over here, since my husband is filming, we have the television, which I'll put on a beach scene as she gets closer. We have an extra blanket in Aqua, purchased from Goodwill. We have an empty ottoman. I will leave this ottoman bench open so our guest will know they can use it, as well as this side of the closet. So Bear moves all of his clothing over to my room that he's going to use while the guest is staying, and then this side is the rest of his clothing. Should we open it?
Sure.
Oh, it's actually not bad. We have extra towels, extra pillow, hangers, a beach bag and cooler, some books, beach towels, beach chair, umbrella, beach hat, all of the beach things. So I'm going to leave this open. Then we have a mini fridge, which Bear usually uses for soda. I have some snacks and extra goodies down here for our guests to use. Coffee filters, sugars, you get it. In here, we always keep extra water for our guests. And then the coffee pot mug, since we only have one guest, it says Hello Mermaid. And a clock. Follow me into the hallway bathroom. pretend these rugs were actually blue. They're not. I found them at the Goodwill bins. So we have our vanity, some extra guest things, including a basket with some hair care products, a hair dryer. It's blue. I found it at the bins and cleaned it up. We only keep this hair dryer for guests. So anytime a guest comes, we get the things, and by we, I mean my husband, get the things down from upstairs.
We found the carpets by the side of the road, by the way.
Oh, did we? We found them by the side of the road. We really need different carpets. They're kind of beachy, but they clash with our towels. I will also leave the cabinet open with some extra toothpaste, toothbrush, dental floss. Pan down a little bit. There you go. And then the bathroom. So everything has been cleaned top to bottom. We always do this with guests. We use it as a way to deep clean, and my husband is the most awesome, precious gift ever. He really goes above and beyond. We love it clean, but he loves it like get behind cabinet clean. Do you wanna peer in our shower?
Well, you should let that open.
Maybe I will.
Yes, that's
Good call.
Ow.
I was putting the chocolate on the pillow. I didn't want to do it too soon for fear it would melt. It is turquoise, and it happens to be one of my mom's favorites. It's dark chocolate sea salt. I don't want to cover up the beach though, so maybe I'll just set it on the side. Also in this corner we have a light, an Aqua extension cord. I'm sure my mom will bring chargers with her. Candle. And I washi taped these matches so they match. Matching matches! And then the other part of the room we haven't seen yet, hooks. Guests always need extra hooks. My sister and I are gifting my mom this robe, which doesn't match our room, so I'm going to leave it like this. Want to come through the lanai? Oh, wrong way. All of the villas in our community look exactly the same. Some are just a mirror image. So some of them have outdoor spaces, and thankfully previous owners have enclosed our outdoor space. So off the master, we have sliding glass doors, which we have put up this beach mural. It took so long and wasn't worth it, but the results were really good. What do you think, Barry Dean?
I think it wasn't worth it. You're right.
So I'm going to leave this door. What door did we decide?
You want to set that one back there, so I don't know why, but you said that one.
I think this one. And come into my eBay space, which is going to be...
Can I go around the other way?
Sure, you can go whenever we want. But we put in a reclining chair for my mom. We have curtains so she can close this up when she's hanging out here. So, normally this is not here, this air mattress, but Bear has so nicely agreed to. You have! He's so great about so many things. He's shaking his head. He really is. He really is. This is the mirror I was talking about that goes with that vintage piece in the living room. And then we found this out by the side of the road. I love it. I pretty much love everything in our house, including you. Is that it? That's it. Okay. Okay.
Hi, Bloomies. Behind the camera is my wonderful girl. Come on from behind here. Oh, there she is.
I can't.
Oh, she's locked in. We'll get her later. All right, we are preparing for my girl's mom to come and visit. which we're very excited about and glad she's able to come down. So one of the things that we do is when any company comes, that's not an open invitation to all the people out there. When company comes, we do a little extra and try to make people feel special. So one of the first things I'm going to do is get the ladder out.
I'm gonna flip the light switch. You got one more step and then ground. Can I do that?
Oh my God, these are pretty heavy.
Good? Here, I don't need this part of my wheelchair. This was in a bin. Oh, this is very light.
That is it.
Okay, we're gonna start opening the guest bins. These towels will always be washed. Bear and I don't keep a coffee cup, so I have to bring a coffee cup from the guest bins. Hey, what do we think about using this one for white paint? Because I gave away a really tiny little white paint thing.
That's fine.
I don't know.
I'm going to point out the flower side. Look at this.
Top shelves are done. You want to come help with the drawers? You want to get up there too?
Yeah, I wonder what happens.
Oh, I grabbed both of them. Just got a headache. Not a headache, a black when you stand up too quickly.
Lightheaded.
You know what I mean?
Lightheaded.
Yeah, I got lightheaded. Okay. That's it?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna keep it off the scuff marks.
Okay. And me?
Wherever you see, did you like wipe down the walls with this kind of stuff or a rag of some kind?
Okay, I'll let them know.
Oh, here's another one. Good.
Time comes.
You're right. Okay, so what goes here? Okay, I took a little nap. I'm feeling much better. Not all the way better, for being honest, but much better. Bear is sanding the table he's been making. He stained it too quickly, and the stain is still tacky, so you have to sand it back down. I am starting to vacuum this room, which is my baby room. So I'm gonna move everything to the other side. Maybe I'm gonna move everything to the other side. Do you see that big smudge mark right there? Oh, we got it on film. That's where I hit my face the other night. I'm gonna plug my phone into your
Alright,
thing because it is dying.
Okay, this is what Bear's room looks like before we stage it. It's a little bit of a mess. Okay, so we have that little table I just painted. Right now we're using that for treats. This is what we're going through, whether we need to wash that or whatever. Here is what his closet looks like on half of the closet. He's got his gravity-free chair, some clothing, and then I'll show you the other side. And again, this is before we have guests. All the stuff on this side will come out of there. Some work clothes, some snacks for night. So far we've taken everything out that he needs over the next few days. And our next plan is to see what we need to keep under here. Here are some of our cabinets in the kitchen. Tupperware and a small cutting board, a pot, and I bought this lid at Goodwill. It didn't originally fit this pot, but it's pretty close. Our bowls, yes, they are red and pink. Pot and pan. Another red item. Bear loves this, and I found this at the bin maybe 10-15 years ago. I've since found one in white. You would think I would splurge and get another one in white or blue. I can't make myself do it. And then underneath we have a rack, which I saw on QVC, and then I was able to order it on Amazon. Love this thing. We found this by the side of the road. It goes over your sink and becomes a colander. I don't use it very often, but Bear occasionally makes noodles. Then back here, found this by the side of the road. I think the other side has a chalkboard label. Nope. Nope. Bear likes a lot of Splenda. No judgment, little judgment. and then there's an empty container. So I couldn't tell you the last time I used any of these. This looks terrible, but Bear scrubbed it with Brillo. He makes tater tots on it. We took out, like I did anything, we took out the cabinet above the microwave because Bear's so tall and the microwave was sitting so close to the oven. Stove? I forget what you call this. But it was really low. And it was, Bear's almost touching the ceiling in here. So he raised that. Then on the side, Bear uses that cup every day. I have one of these out. And then these are truly for guests. I would drop these in a heartbeat, so we use plastic. Then underneath, got a little something there. Underneath here, we do live in a villa or condo, so they check to make sure that our fire extinguisher, that's what that is called, holy cow, fire extinguisher is up to code. They come in and do it, I think, like once or twice a year, and then they mark it off. So that's really nice. I've never had to use this here. We have had to use this at a retirement community because there was a fire in the kitchen. Scary stuff. This is the baking cabinet. We bought this for a video on how to remove stains. That hasn't happened yet. So now we just have black icing. Bear makes cakes occasionally, so he keeps a lot of ingredients. I'll probably put these so my guest can use them. A lot of powdered sugar. Bear likes powdered sugar. Sugar, flour. These are my water filters. I'll probably put these out too. Oh, they're polka dot and striped. How fun. Yeah, let's move those eventually. Right now I'll put them with the guest items. Then we move over to our pantry. We keep pantry items in here. I know not everybody does. Let's organize that a little. So basically these two shelves are mine. I say mine. Honestly, Bear and I just eat different foods, so whatever. These are really good, and by really good, I mean they're okay. Nuts, Larabars, Kind bars, sugar, yum. Now on the bottom we keep extra baggies, Bear's hot chocolate and tea, and then some extra supplies and some cough drops. Okay. Then we have Bear's pantry, which is a whole lot more fun. Breads, some wheat products. He loves Crystal Light with Splenda. And he makes food for himself once in a while. This peanut butter, he mixes regular peanut butter with Splenda. That's what that is. Okay. So, underneath, let's pretend I don't have dishes there. This is underneath our sink. We have a lot of extra paper products. Some soap for my bedroom and for washing the car. Some soap for our automatic soap dispenser. Bear loves this. Magic erasers, all of the magic erasers. Brillo pads. Found this on the side of the road. Bear likes brushes to clean things. Couldn't tell you how long we've had that bucket. That probably made the trip from Pennsylvania. And more Splenda. Is anybody shocked? No. Some extra bags and toilet paper. Last cabinet, we've got last drawer. And the last drawer in our kitchen, I don't think we organized this. Let's pretend that's organized. I don't need that many bags. This is what my room normally looks like. The bed is rarely made as I lay in bed a lot. I have this extra table here. We haven't decided what to do with it. So normally I switch my pillows to this side if it's during the day, and then the table gets put here, and that way I can keep things like my water on it. I don't have a better solution. So there's a hair tie in the corner. There's 2 hair ties in the corner. And another blanket. There's a lot of blankets. Thinking about a tray that can slide under the bed. We shall see. So that's my room. It's small, it's simple, it's exactly what I need. My wheelchair usually sits in the corner when we need it. Right now I don't, my legs are working. And my hammock. I use my hammock a lot. So that's the before.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell.
We hope your day is blooming with joy.